Hello there, everybody. I'm Mel Allen, and this is Baseball Collector.
Yo, and hello, everybody. Mike here, Baseball Collector. And, oh, my goodness. So much to show today. I've got literally all these little stacks of stuff that I've gotten in the mail today. And it all kind of converged today in a weird, bringing it all together. And I think today might be the first mail day in forever where I've just about scratched every itch of my collecting sickness. I mean, I'm telling you, I've got all kinds of stuff here and a little bit of everything, a little sprinkling in all these areas. And I know I had said, I'm still on kind of a hiatus, so to speak, from eBay and the craziness on eBay, and mainly that centers around vintage, buying vintage cards. But that doesn't apply to some other things, like some autographs and some stuff that I've gotten. I've done a lot of off eBay deals with guys, either just friends of mine, or I've seen a video and they showed cards and they were looking to move a few of them, and I've contacted them and negotiated out some stuff. I do have one eBay purchase here of cards, and I'll explain that. And then I got some comics too, which I won't be showing today because I think people kind of don't dig the comics, but that's all right. I enjoy doing it. So, but I did get some comics too. So literally I've covered dang near every base of everything that I like to collect. If only I didn't get any complete sets. So if I'd have gotten a complete set today, that would have probably been the icing on the cake. But everything else you're going to see is, you know, a little bit of everything. It'll be a lot of fun. I think you'll like it. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys is I just finished shooting episode 4 of the Golden Age of Cardboard podcast. And Andy and I had so much fun doing it. We did a kind of battle royale over 1953. 2 great sets came out that year, Bowman and Topps. And we just go through it. And it was a really great conversation. And hopefully you can come listen to that on Wednesday when it drops and learn a ton about it. We had a lot of fun doing it. I'm also going to be in that video. You can learn how to get one of these. It's a 1953 Bowman extension set done by Blue Jacket 66 and his dad. I'm giving one of these away in honor of the 1953 discussion. So you'll have to watch that on Wednesday. Wait for that. Watch it when it drops and follow the instructions on how to be entered to win one of those sets. And yeah, so let's start getting to this. This might be a little bit longer, but I'm excited to show you guys what I've picked up, or really what just came in today. It just all kind of came in at once. Let's take a look. Hang on one second. All right, here we go. You know, I hardly know where to begin, but I think I'm going to begin with 2 cards that I sent off. I sent off a TTM. Again, I don't do very many through the mail autographs, but when I do, I hear about somebody and I'm like, oh, do I have any cards of them? And, you know, I wanted to get this guy. He's kind of getting up there, and I just thought it'd be cool to send off a couple of cards to Mr. Brooks Robinson, and they came back today. And so this first one is a SP Legendary Cuts. I thought it'd be cool to get a jersey card autographed, mainly because I didn't have any other player era cards that were raw of Brooks Robinson. And I had this one and I thought I'll send that in. I probably should have sent a Ginter or something, but I thought this was really cool. So sent that in and it came back, which was great. And then I did have one player era card of Brooks that I sent off, and it was his 1970 All-Star card. So beautiful blue Sharpie signatures on these. Absolutely fantastic. Love it. And I believe I sent him $20 for 2 cards. So just so you know, 10 bucks a piece. All right, next up. This was a deal from, let me pull this off from this guy right here. Diamond Yard Sports Cards, and it's George, and he has his information right there. And George's great YouTube channel, and he had a bunch of cards that he had shown a couple of weeks ago, I guess, on a huge autograph lot that he got, including several Hall of Famers. And I was like, I need some of those. And so he and I did a deal, and he of course sent a nice note, and I'm going to read it, some of it anyway. I was glad we could work out a deal and that you could use these cards for your Hall of Famer auto run. Please find enclosed the following. I'm not going to read what's enclosed because I'm about to show it to you. Knowing you are a Rangers fan and we are similar in age, I also put a few additional old school autograph cards, mostly Rangers. Take care, Mike. He also listed a couple of those cards, and I'll show those here in a second. Take care, Mike. Keep in touch and enjoy those cool cards, George. Well, George, I will enjoy these cards. I am really excited. I'm going to pull these out in an order. So the first few he sent me, and these, I have a Rangers autograph binder that I put all of my Rangers autographs in, including old school stuff like this. So here's a 74 Topps Jim Bibby, who actually threw a no-hitter for the Rangers. Larry Bittner. Got a Houston Astro here, Dave Campbell on a 74 Topps. Got Elliot Maddox there. Lenny Randall, some 74s, and a Jim Fregosi, who is better known, I think, as a manager than a player. But so George sent me those kind of just extras, along with an extra. He sent me a Jeff Burroughs, who was the first Texas Ranger to win an MVP award in 1974. And then a cool Chuck Tanner autograph. Great manager, longtime manager for the Pirates is what he's known for, but so cool. And then he sent me a bunch of Hall of Famers. And man, I shouldn't say sent. I bought these from him, so don't think he just sent them to me just because he is a nice guy, incredibly nice guy, and he gave me a really good deal on these, and I'm thrilled to have them. So he sent me a 1970 Topps Sparky Anderson, which is great. I got a couple of Phil Niekros, a 69. And these aren't like the cards are really beat up. None of the autographs are like, well, some of them are kind of sparkling. Some of them are kind of, they're blemished and everything. I don't really care. I'm just glad to have them. So there's the 71 Niekro, or sorry, 70 Niekro. Here's the 71. And you can tell the cards are just beat to hell. But this one's actually not too bad, the 74, but the autograph is kind of smudged. But again, I don't care. Really don't care. I got a few Gaylord Perrys. I got a 71 Gaylord Perry. I got a 74 Gaylord Perry. And I loved this one. Like, this actually was the one that really made me want to do the deal, period. And that seems kind of silly, but it's a 76 Hostess card. And it's because he's on the Rangers and those butt ugly uniforms they were wearing. It's at the Royals Stadium, though. You can totally tell. But I love that. So, that. I got a couple of Raleigh Fingers cards. 73. And all of these I didn't have, obviously, for my, player era collection. 74. A couple of Tony Perez's. 72. And then 74. So yeah, if you haven't seen the video that George did where he got all of these, it's worth watching. Again, he's Diamond Yard Sports Cards. I got a 73 Burt Blyleven, a 74 Burt Blyleven, and the other card that made me want to do the deal was this one. And this is my first Ernie Banks player era card, period. So thrilled to have it. I actually kind of dig the red Sharpie because it goes well with the Cubs colors and the colors on the card. So, love it. Absolutely love it. So, George, thanks, man, for doing that deal with me and sending me the extra stuff. Super nice. Really, really appreciate it. Next up are a couple of, this is an eBay purchase, 2 slabs. And I hadn't been looking a lot on eBay just because I'm like over all the prices and craziness. And so I said, I'm going to take a hiatus. But I saw this and I couldn't pass it up. So I got the 82 Topps Joe Morgan in a PSA 9. And it was a 2-card lot because it also had his in-action card. And I needed both of these for so this is part of my 4-decade run that I'm doing. So that's another itch that I scratched with this day today, all this mail. And these were $10 total for the 2 of them. So I really couldn't, like, I saw it and I'm like, okay, that's a good deal. And I've struggled finding good deals. Not that I've looked super hard, because again, I'm kind of like going, I'm just going to let everything cool down. But I kind of just started looking at Joe Morgan cards and like, where can I fill some gaps? And I saw these and I'm like, yep, I'll take 2 PSA 9 Morgans for $10, please. So the next deal I did off eBay was with Jason Jones, who is Lord Cardboard on YouTube. He's a good friend of mine, and he had some cards he had gotten in a recent PSA submission, and he sent him, or I asked him, hey, I was interested in a couple of them. Would he do a deal? And he did. The first one I got was this Nolan Arenado rookie card from 2013 update in a PSA 9. I had a PSA 10 in this card, and it had essentially tripled since I bought it. So I had sold it a couple of weeks ago, and I was on the lookout for a 9 and just hadn't pulled the trigger. I was just kind of being lazy. And then I saw that Jason had it, and I'm like, well, hey, I'd rather buy it from Jason anyway. So we did. I did a deal for that. The second card I got from him was just kind of one of those, I saw it and I just remember it just immediately brought me back to being a kid. I have so many of these little box sets that came out back in the 80s and 90s. This was one of them, done by Toys R Us. It was a rookie set, printed by Topps, and Ken Griffey Jr., so, and it's a PSA 9, which is just fine by me. And it makes the price so much cheaper. So I was like, hey, what for that? So I did a deal for both of those cards, and he gave me a good deal on this too. So I was just wanting to add this to the collection. I thought it was cool. And I didn't have any Toys R Us cards that were slabbed. And if you're going to get one, why not a Ken Griffey Jr.? So, all right. Then the last deal that I did was with everybody's good friend, JT, Triple Crown 24. And JT had gone to a show just last weekend, ironically. So I already have these in hand, which is crazy. He did this show like on Saturday, maybe Friday. And he sent, I already have the stuff, so it's kind of crazy. So we did a deal for some things, but he sent me an extra card. Just extra. Hey, here's a Bowman's Best Miguel Cabrera autograph. Why not? Because I like you. That's the kind of friend that JT is. I mean, future Hall of Famer. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I bought 2 Project 2020 cards from him that he had. One was this Natural Sandy Koufax, which is really great. Where I stand on Project 2020 is I think it's a great set. Do I think it's one of the best sets ever? No. Do I think some of the cards are really cool? Yes. Am I willing to pay $5 a card, which is what I paid for these? All day. I'll buy every card in the set for $5 a card. But I don't think they're worth $20 a card. And so I've been picking these up just as I've seen them, as I've been seeing them. So I got that one. The other one I got was this, I think that's F dot. Is that F dot? Yeah. Yep. The F dot Ted Williams. Just because I love Ted Williams. And that's a cool card. Love it. And for $5, right? That's the way you do it. And the last thing I got is probably my favorite thing of the whole day. And this again scratches a lot of itches a lot of scratches. I never know how that saying goes, but this is one of those things that I've been looking for a while, very, not wholeheartedly, but Perez Steel Hall of Fame postcard of the legend Sandy Koufax. Ironic that I just did an episode of my podcast, episode 2, was about legends. And, Koufax was one of the guys we pointed out that, they're not going to be around forever. And when they're gone, all this stuff will go up crazy. And this isn't a cheap card already, but it's already slabbed, which I love. I don't necessarily love that it's in a Beckett holder, but I'm just happy to have it slabbed. Have it slabbed is just great. So beautiful. And that signature is just stunning. So I love it. Absolutely love it. So that is what I got in today. So there you go, guys. Told you it was a whole lot of stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite thing was down below. And we will talk soon. Thanks, guys, for watching. And keep collecting.